dear students, in calculus you have seen differential and fundamentals, and apart from that you have seen integrals too. Integrals you have seen several types of problem, several simple problems as well, some substitution method, integration by parts, decomposition by partial fraction, all those things you have seen. Besides, if we happen to see or if we happen to notice some problem like a partial fraction method, like ax plus b by ax square plus bx plus c. So, the numerator involved with ax plus b and denominator involved ax square plus bx plus c, like that. If at all a problem like this, in what way we can solve? So, we can adopt some methods. So, in each method you find some difficulty and some kind of simple techniques, and this type of problem in particularly evaluate integral x plus 1 by d into dx by x square minus 3x plus 1. By noticing this, dear student, you must immediately predict the mind. This is of the type px plus q over ax square plus bx plus c dx. Immediately you have to recall, your mind is like this. This problem involves like this, px plus q by ax square plus bx plus c. What else you do for this? You have to apply simple technique for this. A, differentiation of the denominator, whatever exists here, that you should write. Here all the time you think about it like this, over ax square plus bx plus c into dx. This is the process always you must do. Whenever you happen to see this kind of problem, numerator involved with x plus q, denominator as a quadratic function like ax square plus bx plus c, like this. So, you have to apply this method only always, so that it is easy for you to do any kind of problem. Whenever you happen to notice this kind of problem, immediately you have to recall this problem, we have to do this. Okay. What is the problem involved? X plus 1 in numerator and denominator what else? X square minus 3x plus 1. As I told you how I am going to split this term, a into differentiation of the denominator x square minus 3x plus 1 plus b. First stage itself, by seeing itself, immediately you have to recall. These are the things you must recall that I have separately written. If I write all those things, then it takes more number of pages, as well the waste of time also. But these are things you should recall when you go for exam. At once, by seeing the sum, immediately your mind has to recall, oh, these are the methods, these are the techniques to follow. Then you do the process. If at all mistake over there, here and there, that is different. By practice you can rectify, but while you are doing problem, but seeing this, immediately your mind has to reset like this. Okay, numerator is equal to a into differentiation of denominator plus c. Okay, you got it or not? Yes. In that way you can start. Now, a into differentiation of this is 2x minus 3 plus b x plus 1. What about denominator? I have not written anything to you. First let us carry over the problem. First you think about, then we will do that. This is the problem, this is the method only. Absolutely we are going to do this process only. But first stage, what I have done, you do that. The same way we can do in exam also, so that it is easy. So, now here it involves x, here also involves the constant, all that. So, you can do many process, putting x is equal to 0, you will get, putting this value if you want to make it 0, so you will get the value of b. After getting value of b, you can make coefficient of x is 0, so you will get the other one known. So, that is so many process. Now, let me put here x is equal to what else? Coefficient of x, equating coefficient of x on both sides. by which coefficient of x is what? 1. Here coefficient of x is what? 2 with a. So that means what is a here? A is equal to 1 by 2. We found out the value of a. After calculating this, you take constant term. What is a constant term? Equating constant term on both sides. Equating coefficient of x on both sides, by which I arrived the answer of a. Equating constant term on both sides. By way of taking constant is this, and this is the constant, and this also constant, without x, without involving with x. So we are taking only the constant, minus 3a plus b equal to 1. So that means 1 is equal to negative 3a plus b. As you know, it is a is already we calculated. So that means this, that means b is equal to 1 plus 3 by 2. It is nothing but what? 5 by 2. That means b we have, it is 5 by 2. So we have taken the time to calculate the value of a and b. Okay. Problem ends or not? No, we have not even completed one stage, just we started. So that means you write the problem proper way as such. How I written, the same way I am going to proceed. The problem is like this. What way? X plus 1 bracket by x square minus 3x plus 1 dx. The same process I am going to apply. Integral a. A is what? What is a? That is 1 by 2 bracket, and differentiation of this term 2x minus 3 over x square minus 3x plus 1 plus b. B is what? We found out the value as 5 by 2 over x square minus 3x plus 1 dx, common on the whole. First stage I finished. Now only just we started, so that's all. Now let us do this. Always you take whatever the value of a, that you take out of integral. 2x minus 3 divided by x square minus 3x plus 1 dx. Dear students, one thing you must remember, f dash of x by f of x dx, log of f of x. Differentiation of denominator, you will get numerator as f dash of x dx, means apply all the time this problem whenever happen to see, this is the answer you are going to arrive, log of the denominator. Like that we are going to write, and this 5 by 2 you take it out, integral dx by x square minus 3x plus 1. Okay. So as I told you, I am going to apply that formula over here. That means it is 1 by 2 log of the denominator x square minus 3x plus 1 plus 5 by 2 of I1, say, assuming. So now we have the value like this. I am going to do this I1 separately. If I do I1 separately, the constant let us do after that, the plus constant. Anyhow, because the integration is not yet over, I will put finally constant. Now what about this I1 here? I have to calculate this value, for which you have to recall dx by x square minus 3x plus 1 involves 3 cases. Integral dx by x square minus a square, integral dx by a square minus x square, integral x square plus a square. These are the 3 formulas immediately you have to recall. There is no other go. Without knowing those 3 formulas, it is much difficulty for you to do the sum. Kindly you have to recall that formulas I have note down here. Each formula like 1, 2 and 3. All those 3 formulas, whatever it is, we are going to apply for all the problems. So dx by x square minus a square, remember plus, other than plus, these 2 formulas involved with log. That is simple way you can recall. How do you recall? For addition of x square plus a square, involved with tan inverse, and other two formulas minus terms but only log. So, only thing you should remember, plus means tan inverse, minus means whatsoever we are going to apply log. Okay, in what way we can recall? Here x square minus a square, as you know the formula, x minus a, x plus a, like that 1 by 2a log of x minus a by x plus a plus c, and a square minus x square log of a minus x by a plus x. So, like this we can do the sum. Any kind of problem, whenever happen to notice, you do this process. Okay. Now, this problem, in what way we are going to do? X square minus 3x plus 1 I1 is equal to integral dx by x square minus 3x plus 1. Okay. In what way we can apply this formula? So, this is a second degree equation. You have to arrive any one of this format, x square minus a square, or a square minus x square, or x square plus a square. Definitely, since it is minus involved, definitely we are not going to get these two. So, definitely these two only we are going to get, that we know. Let us see. X square minus 3x plus 1. What is the coefficient of x here? This problem, whenever happen to notice, you see what is coefficient of x. What is the coefficient of x? Negative 3. So, always the coefficient of x term must divide by 2, because we want to make perfect square. What is that? Perfect square. So, you have to homogenizing the function. This one we want to make homogenizing, like x square minus a square or a square minus x square. One of the format we want to make, for which what I am going to do, this one always divide by 2. So, that means what else? X square minus 3x, so plus 3 by 2 the whole square minus 3 by 2 the whole square plus 1. So, what exists in x, that term divide by 2 always. That means minus 3 by 2 the whole square plus 3 by 2 the whole square always. So, that number squaring and minus that term. Now, this one makes a perfect square. What else? That is nothing but a minus b, x minus 3 by 2 the whole square. Now, for this, minus 9 by 4 plus 1. Here only you have to carefully do the problem. You have to meticulously do the sum. Why? Why do I say this word? Because if you make even a simple mistake, the entire steps will be wrong, the entire things will go wrong, you may not get the correct answer. Though you have done all the steps, even if you are doing simple mistakes, makes the complete sum is erroneous error. So, those things should be avoided. How it is to be done? Let us see. X minus 3 by 2 the whole square minus 9 plus 4 by 4. Like this you do. So, I have written like this. So, that means x minus 3 by 2 the whole square minus 5 by 4. So, what I am getting here in this one, so minus plus 4 minus 9, so minus 5 by 4 here. So, that means x minus 3 by 2 the whole square minus root 5 by 8, because I want to make a perfect square for this, x square minus a square, one among these formula, as I told you, any one only going to be follow. So, here we are going to follow only this. Is it clear? Yes. Now, integral dx by x minus 3 by, this will make it like that, the x minus 3 by 2 the whole square minus root 5 by 2 the whole square, x square minus a square. Like this I just made it. So, that means it is nothing but 1 by 2a, remember that. A is what? Root 5 by 2 log x minus a by x plus a. What is it? X minus a by x plus a. X is what? X minus 3 by 2 minus root 5 by 2 whole divided by x minus 3 by 2 plus root 5 by 2. So, that means the problem is not yet completed, not yet. So, root 5 log of, so you take LCM numerator as well denominator. While you are taking numerator here doesn't take, so 2x minus 3 minus root 5, here 2x minus 3 plus root 5 whole divided by 2, both getting cancelled here. So that means what I am getting 1 by root 5 of log of 2x minus 3 negative root 5 by 2x minus 3 plus root 5. I should suppose to put c, so lastly we can apply that c here. So now this integral part is over. If you want we can do, so nothing else. So here I am going to substitute. Finally substituting, here what is that? This is nothing but I1. I got the result. Substituting I1 in star. This is the equation which I am going to take it as a star here. The star is this equation. I is equal to 1 by 2 log of this plus 5 by 2 of I1. Here I am going to substitute this value. So that means I is equal to, what is the first value? 1 by 2 log of x square minus 3x plus 1 plus 5 by 2, and here it is 1 by root 5 log of two x minus 3 minus root 5 by 2x minus 3 plus root 5 plus c. So remember student, we have done this much stage. So I have done one after another all the steps. See, this is the primary steps for which you have to note down. It's a very important stage, the first one. After that we are doing one after another some methods, techniques, that's all. The first stage is an important one, at once seeing the sum. So by way of taking this, so I got the value of a and b. After noticing a and b, I have just substituted over here and two different rational expression has come. So the first one exists like this. Applying that formula I got the first result, and second one is a separate sum of second degree equation, that is quadratic equation, that should make any one of the formula to be applied. So knowing about this, since it is minus, definitely one of these result only going to be applied. So you have to recall the formula, and x square minus 3x plus 1 you have to homogenizing this one for making perfect square, for which we have to take coefficient of x, so that term divide by 2 the whole square. So the same term you have to subtract. So 3 by 2 the whole square minus 3 by 2 the whole square, and whatever the constant that exists that we have written. After simplifying, I got this result. After knowing about this one, the exact formula to be adopted in this step and simplification, finally we have to substitute. In this case we got this result, not yet completed, because here 5, here root 5, we can simplify, we can somewhat, because always whenever you happen to see denominator, root 5 by root 5, what else? It's 1. So instead I can multiply and divide by root 5. Here when I do, what happened here, root 5 and root 5 denominator will become 5. So that 5 and this 5 will get cancelled. So by doing so, I is equal to 1 by 2 log of x square minus 3x plus 1 plus 5 root 5 by 5 into 2 log of 2x minus 3 minus root 5 by 2x minus 3 plus root 5 plus c, and this 5 and this 5 is getting cancelled. So 1 by 2 log of x square minus 3x plus 1 plus root 5 by 2 log of 2x minus 3 minus root 5 by 2x minus 3 plus root 5 plus c. This is the answer for the final answer for this problem. So, this is the simple, this is some, but it is an important question. This type of problem, whenever happen to notice, you have to do without making any kind of mistakes. So, here ends the problem.